Wow, so yesterday I was reading in The Great Master this story where being in the presence of a great spiritual soul like Sri Ramakrishna, people were in elation, just having these fantastic spiritual experiences and just that great joy inside, feeling that bliss, feeling that happiness. And I was really being carried away in sort of a kind of a good mood in regard to that and thinking about it and wondering it. And then he follows it up with with a statement that I've just been wrestling with. It's really been hard to face and to think about in myself. It was quite challenging. So I'm going to share it with you. It's a challenging teaching. It's a hard teaching, but I think it can really take us deeper if we really take it to heart and use it in our inner discernment things. And then he says here, while man practices religion, he wants to conduct his life in such a way as will enable him to hold on to both God and to the world, to enjoyment and to renunciation. A few rare, fortunate persons only regard them as contrary natures, like light and darkness, and do not fall into such error. They understand that those two cannot be harmonized without the risk of compromising the ideal of renouncing one's all for God realization. Those who want to achieve the impossible feat of keeping close to both shores take out their life's boat just a little away from the shore of the world, resolutely discarding all thought of farther journey, and lie at anchor there forever. So you see what he's saying there. He's like, we have this idea, I'm going to enjoy the world and I'm going to enjoy God. I'm going to take these two things together and create a life, create a spiritual life with them. They're the best of both worlds. And he says really what that does is we're rowing into that infinite ocean of God's bliss, but we're only going just a little bit away from the shore and we're setting anchor. We're getting caught because we're trying to harmonize two ideals that can't be harmonized. And the mind wrestles with that, man. Inside, you're just like, no, it's got to work, We've got to work it somehow. And I was trying to contemplate, why couldn't they be harmonized? Why couldn't they be harmonized? Why can't you, see God in your enjoyments, see God in your pleasures? And I really began to understand as it sorted out in my mind. I really began to see that it's like wanting to be sated and wanting to be thirsty at the same time. You can't do it. Because to go after anything in the world is to choose to be hungry. Because nothing in the world can sate you, can fill you. That you take a taste of that enjoyment and moments later you'll want it again in greater quantity, in more specific qualifications, more often, more deeply. That is the nature of desire through the senses, through the body. It's all limited. It all comes to an end. So you can think of it in small terms, just the fact that having one chocolate isn't enough, or the worst for me is like a Dorito with salsa. You have one of those, you might as well just eat the whole bag in a bite because you can't stop, right? It just keeps going. And that's the nature of the worldly desire. That's the nature of the senses. And so he's saying, God is the opposite of that. To touch the divine, to have that realization of your nature and the nature of this universe, this being, is to be sated. It is to have no more hunger. It is to have no more need, no more requirement, that you are full and contented forever. So you can't have that and have hunger at the same time. And he says that it's discernment that will bring us to that realization. That just think about it. Contemplate carefully your desires and understand their nature so that you can let go of them as you understand them. You can let go of them more easily when you see their useless nature, when you see that they never have given you what you are wanting. So that once for all, you can set them down, walk away from them, and be free.